G'day Rum, welcome back to Steve's Place Down Under. It's Saturday again. I've got some new hoses for the crane over there. That episode, I don't know how we're going to air this yet, but that you may see that before, but I got some hoses made. Now, it all worked with the hoses I made, but I got some pressed up higher pressure ones, so I'm a bit safer. So, but I don't know if you saw in one of the other videos, I mentioned this one doing a head gasket. So on Australia Day, the day before Australia Day, my dad was slashing with this one, and we found it had no thermostat in it, so we lifted the tank off to change the fuel tank off to change the thermostat. And while we had the tank off, I thought I'll run the feeler gauges over, so we lifted the cover off and found that it had moisture up in the cover. So we lifted the head off and it was blown. It's always had a problem since we've had this one. It was blown. I've cleaned it all up now, you can't even see where it was, but it was shooting across from I think the middle one now. One of them had water on it, could have been that end one. Shooting across into the water gallery. So she was spitting a bit out the exhaust pipe, and it always had a bit of a miss when it started. So I don't know if any of you remember telling me about this one. This was on my dad's side of the family. When they sold their farm, we bought it off them, and it had been burnt to the ground. So one night she decided she wanted to have a play on her own. It was only my grandmother living there at the time, and something happened to the starter, so the stopper was out just like it is there. She was in gear, which you leave these old things, but the battery's still connected, and when the starter engaged, it wound itself forward into the shed, and she just kept driving and spinning the tyres, and the starter, obviously, as the volts dropped, the amps up, and she got hot, and the starter caught alight. With these leaks up, it all went and burned all the bonnet and everything off her. And I mean, there's not a lot to burn on these, but anything it could, it did, like all the aluminium filled the housings, and the tank exploded, and I still haven't fixed the bonnet. So I was still in, I don't know, this is probably 97 I got this, probably 97 I done her up. I was still well at school then, but it's always had this bit of a miss in it, so I wasn't sure if it did burn a gasket out of it or she lost, but I don't think it would have got hot enough to hurt the ring tension or anything. I think it'd get hotter with it running, because there's nothing there really to burn. It was just burning the fuel on the outside, so all the plastic hoses and lines, and so, but it did have a pop gasket. So how long it's been like that, I don't know. But one thing I did notice, Dad said they had it done up once. She got hot because they used to run a pump on a dam, the PDO shaft out the back, and just show you here, I don't know if you can see, but that liner there is lower than the block. It's hard to see in the camera, but there's a significant lip there, and you can't rely on it sealing on the block, because that stud there is so close to that liner, then it just drops into that. So whether that's what's causing it, or I don't know. Last time I was in Shit and Glitter, I was going to get a can of that copper spray. I generally like spraying them, it just helps them seal better, but I forgot all about it. That was the last time I went to get a couple of things for the crane. So that's all clean, ready to go on. I'm just doing and she's always had a hiss out of this middle pre-combustion chamber here. You notice there that, I don't know that should have been there, but it had that, it's like a copper washer there, and the other two had gaskets. But I don't know why this is, and if anyone can tell me, but you think a 3-cylinder would be all symmetrical, but that's a different cap, the way it's machined. You'll see this one here is machined to push that pre-combustion cap in there, and then that one's, even the recess in the head is different. So I don't know why that is. Whether it only needs it on 2 cylinders so it starts better, but it's always had a bit of a miss. So whether that was, okay, sorry if this overlaps, the gimbal went flat. Like I was saying, it had a cap in each one of those, and the recess in the head was different to the middle one. So I don't know why that would give that one more of a volume for some reason, but if any of you can explain why that's not the same, I don't know if it just needs 2 to start properly, or I don't know. Anyway, I sealed it up, I put Permatex on that copper gasket, done them all up. The caps are in there. I didn't video because I wanted to keep moving while the gimbal charged. So I'll now put it on the tripod. I'll just quickly clean this up. I'll do that on the tripod. We'll blow her all down, then put her on. The hardest part about filming on a Saturday is, I still really enjoy it, but you can't have music going because I get penalised off YouTube for a copyright. So through the week I don't really listen to music. I listen to talkback, all the what's going on in Australia here, but on a Saturday you're in a better mood than through the week, so I like to have music, but you just can't. So if you ever see me wearing earmuffs, the orange ones, they are a Bluetooth thing. I've got music on in them, but at the moment it's only in the morning, so I'm okay just listening to the birds and the aeroplanes. But we'll get some sandpaper on that now, clean all that up, blow it down, and we'll sit it on. As I said, I haven't got any of that copper coat, but it's brand new, so I'm happy to give it a go. I'm happy to run with it. You don't have to do in there, but I'm just getting the old carbon off it. You only really want to do your sealing surfaces. Well, it's probably as close as shit is to swearing. Okay, I'm happy with that. This is just for starting, but you think they put them on?
That's 10 feet, so they've got a high dome.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I know it is.
It's never ending, is it?
No. I'll lift her on now. Some lines.
All right.
Get these lines around. Alright, we'll look some specs up and pull it down.
I think there was 2 studs coming out, wasn't there?
Deck is a part of the whole beans. You crank it up without that tank on there and go and wash it. We'll just clean the end of those up too. Whatever one that come out of, that's the one that had water in it. Okay, so I've got the Perkins manual, or the Massey Ferguson manual here. They're saying 55 to 60 foot-pounds, so I always go, I don't know, average it between them, I suppose. They don't have to be that tight. Don't have to go to the top end of the range. I'll just drizzle a bit of oil on those studs. I wasn't going to video this, but I'm doing it. It's another episode for those who are interested, so it's not a first start or anything like that, but there's actually a video coming of me doing the clutch in it too. I don't know if that's aired yet or not, so I'm not sure how we're going to do this. My wife does all the editing, so anyway, you'll eventually see it. There is one different stud on this. I think it's this one here. It needs a flat washer on it. I didn't pull this apart, my dad did, so just bear with me. Just pulling them down to 60 foot. Oh, I've done a few while I was on the phone, so 60 foot-pound, it doesn't feel a hell of a lot. But anyway, that's what it's saying. The manual and the phone are saying that, so done those ones. Just go back over and make sure none of them were missed. You probably should really mark them with a bit of chalk or a white texture or something, but isn't at the end of the world. Oh, they're still going up. Okay. Got the rocker shaft on. We'll have to settle those valves. Have to see on the cover there, one of them bolts are offset, so the one with the stud coming through is at the back. That stud holds the cover on as well. Where it is. Missing my 9/16 long socket, which is 14, I suppose, but standard torque for 3/8 bolts about 38 foot-pound, so you'll certainly be able to guess that with this one, as long as the head ones are right. looks lovely. Probably should do them now. I'll have to set her up while the injectors are out, easier to turn over. Well, so I thought. You can hear my kids in the background. I got 114 here, I have to go and get another one. 13's to hold the push, the follower, 2 14s on the bolt. Thing. Not too many tools here. That 14 fit, that one does. Need 3 hands to fiddle with this thing. It's probably a bit tighter than I'd like it, that one, but not now. It's really annoying, but time I take it off the key ring, all that hanging off there, time I take it off I'll be done, so I'm just putting up with it. Okay, I'm happy with that. Probably wasn't the correct sequence, but they're all done. Now, put the squirters in her or put the cover on. You can go either way here. Probably put the cover on. Just going to clean this cover. I'll just turn yours off for a bit. Just clean the end of the squirters up with a wire brush. They're okay. Just had to go down. Track come off that little excavator of ours. Dad's on it down there, so it's on the. Took about 15 minutes to put that back on. So. Trying to get this finished. I want to finish that crane video for you all. I only really get 1 day a week to do this stuff, and just something that's fun so it starts stressing you out sometimes. Anyway, that's what they make beer for, I suppose. Something's happened to that one I'm not too keen on. It's all bent. Anyway, we'll pull those down. if anyone's a panel beater in the local area that wants to fix the bonnet up for me and a few old truck cabs and that, they're more than welcome to contact me. There's plenty of work here for someone like that. Some bodgy washers on those. I'm going to go and find some proper ones. I got some 3/8 nuts here. They're washers, sorry. They're a bit bigger, but they're thicker too. I mean the same ID, but they're a bit bigger OD, but they're thicker. So you don't want these flexing because that's got the full compression force under those. Not that it's going to blow that up anyway, but the stronger the better. So I'll pull those down now. They've already got now never sees on them. If there's any local blokes around here that haven't got any toys themselves but like tinkering, let me know. We might arrange for you to come over and meet us, or if you just want to come and have a fiddle. There's that many bloody machines here to play with and that many things I want to do. I can't get it all done. As I said, I'm stressing out, and I look down there at all those ones I still want to work on and ones I've still got to pick up, and as much as I do love it, it's sort of a job. The channel's actually forcing me to do it because it creates content as well as gets the job done as well, so it's not all bad. I'll wind these down to their touch and then I'll get the specs for them. Roughly 30, I'd imagine. I'll try and pull these down even because there's 2 bolts and it's got a seal on a flat washer. I'll just make one touch a little bit and then pull the other one down. You do get to feel it. Okay, let's turn yours off and get them specs. Okay, that's good. I'm going to sort this out here. That's all spinning, as you can see. I don't think I've got small enough spanners out here for a job like that. That side of it I have, but that side's going to be, it might be 7/16, looks like it is. Crack that, I can turn that up the right way. That's been bent. Tighten the nozzle into the injector and then tighten the cap up. And remove these down here. Looks like there's a copper washer missing there, which is fantastic. If you see these spanners slip, I'm using these meter inch things. They're both metric and imperial. They're okay for some things, not great on others. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe this. If you just click that like button and you do like it, I mean, this goes for every episode. It does help YouTube recognise us now. It's going all right, but I've got a bit over 18,000 subscribers now, but only averaging about 2,000 to 3,000 views a video. Now that's good. I'm certainly not whinging, and everyone's the same. I've noticed, but I don't know how that works. But if you could just like it and comment and create some activity, it does help us grow. Now, I really would like to, when my dad retires, have the channel support me for 12 months or so and spend some time with him while he's able. And there's a lot of these old prime movers. I've got the old 4070 International there, and I've got a Transstar 400 out in the other shed, and I've got an 8-wheeler Kenworth. But they're too big a job just to do on a Saturday. So if we can get the channel to a point where it's even some sponsors where it may support me for not forever. I'm certainly not going to retire, but well, just while I can with Dad. I certainly can't pull the pin unless there's some other support going on, because I need income obviously. But if we can get that happening, I just want to see more of them old trucks and tractors get worked on, and we'll run around and pick more up. Even just help us out by clicking that like button. That'd be fantastic. 17mm, but it's only a dream at the moment. Certainly something I'd like to see happen in the future, but a long way from it yet. There'd be a lot better content coming too. I'd be able to spend a lot more time. There'd be probably 1 or 2 videos a week. So I've got that many things I'd like to do. I think I've got about 37 tractors here at the moment. 1, I'd like to grow it, and 2, I'd like to work on some of the ones I've got. You can see the 2 Inters behind me here, but they won't be getting touched till following weekend now, if not a few others. I've got a Nissan Patrol engine to put together here, a turbo 6-cylinder diesel one. That'll be coming up with 2 of my mates. We'll put that together and put it in the car. Whether we'll video it or not, I'm not sure. There's a bit of stuff coming up, so the Inters may be pushed aside for a little bit. Tomorrow I'm going to be using the Albion if I can get it going, but I will video that. I want to put some dirt up behind the house. There's a lot coming up, but if I had the weekdays too, like some of these big blokes, I don't know how they get so big, like some of them do, that'd be fantastic. If I could come and meet some of you, we could do some stuff together, it'd be really good. But anyway, dreams are free. Just going to get some pipe sealant for this capillary temperature gauge here. Leaving those loose so I can bleed them. I might take that thermostat out because that's the one I bought for the 6G Chamberlain, and put the right one in this. Not that they're probably different, but both Perkins, but they might be set to a different temperature, I'm not sure. It's getting pretty close. Put the stack on, the fuel tank, couple of lines off it. There's that glow there for the inlet manifold heater, which we never use. We're getting close. This video may be a bit laid back compared to the ones I used to do, but it's just something I had to do, so I thought those of you interested in our lives may be keen to see it. Just want to get a finish so I can move on to that 6G and show you, well, show myself even how she lifts. Take it for a run down the back, try and pick something up. Okay, that's on. Take that off. This is a 35 Massey Ferguson, for those of you who didn't know. I made these in the 3-cylinder Perkins, so this is a 3152, which is 105 cubic inch, 3-cylinder. Then they made the petrol 4-cylinder, which or gasoline, and they made a 4-cylinder diesel, which was a standard. So The standard, we had one across, oh not me, but a mate of mine across the road who owns that New Holland we got here, had a 4-cylinder with the standard in it. It was a terrible thing. I mean, it worked well, had plenty of power, but just it was hard to start and had that many leaks. But it was a good nippy little tractor for setting up the irrigators and all that sort of nippy work. So I've actually got one of those motors in a broom weight compressor down the back that the only time it was ever on the channel was when we brought it back here from my uncle's place. On the back of the 4000 on the flat top on the white. But I haven't had that going for many years. It's the same motors that come out in the 35 4-cylinder diesels. I've got another one of these 35 3-cylinders, but it's a yellow one. It's an industrial model which was on my tractor collection video for those of you who watch that. It runs better than this one. It always started better. It always, I don't know, the clutches had it in it. You got to sort of goes in the gear in the transmission, but the PDO you just can't engage unless you idle it right down. Okay, so I'm going to open that in front of you just to see if there is much difference in that. And I can put that one in that 4-cylinder in the 6G crane. And look at this. Like Christmas. I feel guilty for opening it. Someone's gone to a lot of trouble here. Now, I'm not sponsored by anyone here at all. I've got no sponsors. I'm just sort of just probably just a different temperature. Sort of just get me stuff off eBay through Queensland Tractor Spares or Wagga Tractor Spares. I have used Steiner in America. They're pretty good for older international stuff, but these other mobs deal in Bearco, which stock a lot of this Massey Ferguson stuff. A lot of aftermarket generic parts that fit a lot of tractors. A lot of 3-point linkage stuff, a lot of Donaldson stuff, filters, exhaust. Don't know if it's Donaldson, but it's a lot of exhaust parts, universal stuff that fits most tractors. Just go and get some chode and put on that. I don't know why they don't come with gaskets. I'm not going to cut one out, I'm just going to use this, some porridge on it. Got a big job coming into work this week, a Caterpillar D10 for a full rebuild, transmission, engine, final drives, all the valves, the cab. Full rebuild, so I may be doing some Saturday work. I'm losing a bit of time to video, but I'll just have to sacrifice a couple of afternoons or something to keep the content up for everyone. I don't want to lose you all, I want to keep you all excited. And probably about 4 months work. Doesn't overly excite me, but you know what you're doing every day, I suppose. Bit of luck that leaks, so I'm going to take the tank bag off. Okay, might get some spray fresh for that rusty old bloody clamp. I should have got a top hose for it too, but that's accessible with the tank on or off. It makes it harder, but it is doable. I need a split pin now for that. My children have walked up to my mum's place. My mum and dad built a place on my land here years ago. It's good because the kids run up there and they go up there and scab food. They come back down with all these bloody lollies and fruit and all sorts of yummy things. Okay, that's done. I'll put the exhaust muffler back on her and I'll put this inlet pipe here on. Nice easy job while I'm standing here. Okay, put that one too, requires the same tool. Again, I've never hooked this up, but they do work. I've never really needed cold start here. They've always gone, probably just winded a little bit more, but they do go. Always have. But I suppose if it's there and working, you would use it. They're quite effective, these. They create they ignite the diesel and create a flame in the inlet manifold, so when you wind her over, it's helping heat the air. That's on. Shit, I don't know, she's getting fairly close to the fuel tank. I was hoping to leave it off and go down and give her a wash, but I could probably wash it with it off, with it on, sorry. There's not a lot of, not a lot's going to be in the way. And I'll put the exhaust on after it so I'm not working around it. Okay, I just set the tank on. I didn't film that because the camera was in the way, but I was only doing up the bolts at the front there. They're 5/16 UNF, and just with an open ender you get about, I don't know, a third of a turn each time, and it took about a month, so we're back into it now. We'll get rid of that last scene. Gee, I was just waffling on and the fucking thing went flat, so. Okay, we're just putting on the leak off line from the injectors. Now, you can see where I've joined it there. That line used to go back to the inlet heater through a little device that was here, so I just joined it here with this nylon tubing. As I said, it doesn't need heater, so that's why that's fairly bodgy there. Just trying to remember how this goes. Not sure that it would have went in the battery box like that. I reckon it would have went down through there, which is going to rub, but that's slotted, elongated sort of caper there, so I tell you, it'd be a really good mob to get sponsored off, a battery mob or something. Geez, I have some trouble with batteries here. I bring home some of the old ones from work, like a lot of that Cat gear or Hitachi or Bell or whatever we use, 24 volt, and then usually only one battery goes. So I bring home the other one, then you know, use it till it goes flat. You probably get another 12 months out, then I'll take it back and then they cash them in. But geez, I'll go through some. I always buy new ones for the prime movers, the road registered stuff, but these tractors, I'm forever swapping batteries. So if there's any battery mobs out there that feel sorry for me, well, probably not, but I'd be very interested in talking to you. I've got to find one for this to bloody get it going now. That's not a problem, I will. But that Albion truck I got's 24 volts, so there's two of my good ones in that at the moment. Got nothing against 24 volt stuff, but when there's a battery crisis at your place 24 hours, 7 days a week, well, they suck up too many of them. There had been some leaks up under the tank of this thing too, not the tank itself, but around the injectors somewhere. And I did notice a few loose fittings when we took the tank off on the leak off line on the injectors, so it's probably where this mess is coming from. Not really in love with that, but it works. Put the main line on her. I was going to order another tap off eBay, but the card maxed out. Well, I didn't max out, but I set a limit on it for that sort of stuff, because when I'm drunk I buy all this stuff that I probably don't need. Well, put the stack on her and some water, and then we'll give her a go. Have to bleed her too, which Perkins, as basic as they are, they're still hard to bleed, mongrels. Oh, I think that just stripped. They're only brass, these bloody exhaust nuts. You can put no weight on them at all. They've got about half the strength of bloody. You definitely don't go to full tightening spec on them. Even though they do the job just fine, it's just you get a bit heavy-handed like I just did there. And then pop. She spins. Like it's nothing uncommon, just 5/16 UNF, which I probably got plenty of. It's just something I shouldn't have to do. It didn't take much to strip it. Whether it was on its way out, I don't know, but you can see shiny brass. This one's got a plastic nylock in it. Doesn't matter. It'll burn out. I figure it's what it wants to do, so certainly more confident with that one on there. Okay, I think we'll just bleed her at the filters there. The rest of it, she should be still primed at the pump. There's only an air gap between the tank and the filters. She might even run for a bit. We'll see what happens. I'll just wind her and get the air out of those lines, and then we'll go from there. I suppose we've been putting some water in it too. I'm not putting any coolant, any additives or anything in it this time, because I want to flush it again. It's fairly rusty in there for some reason. She wasn't completely empty, we only drained it down to sort of the level of the head. So it's not going to take a lot. Actually, I think it might be. We've undone her at the bottom because I can hear it leaking. I haven't done that up. Yes. Actually, while it is leaking, let's have a look at the colour of it. You can see how I'm not putting any additive in it yet. I'd like to get it warm and flush it and then drop it. It'd be good to put a flush in it actually, but some I'm a bit wary of some of them. They tend to chew the older stuff away a little bit. I do remember draining her now. That probably did give it a bit of a flush. At least two. I'm not even sure why that would have been undone, that one. Okay. Okay, go and find a battery. Let's see what she does.
What?
Yeah, it was on top of the motor there. Okay, we'll give her a go. Just bleed them injector lines and we'll see what she does. She's winding nice too now. Hear that?
Sounds a bit different.
Last time we wound her over down the bottom there, she's like it's hydraulic a little bit.
Sounds like it was out of time, I thought. This is ideal. Most of your line should be still full, shouldn't it?
Oh, they are. Just between the filters and the tank can be the tank and the lift pump. Jeez, how long is this fucking thing? Tight by your hand, but easy with the spanner. Surely I would have wound it on further than that when the tank was off. Well, I'll do that one up. She'll bleed up when the other two are going. That was the one that was right off. See what happens. I didn't know you had that off.
What is it?
Oil pressure, it doesn't go to the head. It's just for the gauge. Fucking mark on the floor. It does go to the head, I didn't see it. Lucky I did oil them rockers. Oh well, just another stain on the floor. Yeah, blew that pre-combustion. That's how it's designed, and it was tight.
It's bolted down, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Had to blow it out.
I don't know. No idea. Get it. Exhaust manifold on there. Just going to pull the exhaust manifold back off because that pre-combustion chamber in the middle that was leaking before is now leaking worse with a new gasket on it. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It's a bit warmer now, but won't matter. I don't know why this is blown out. It's tight. I can't answer. I don't know. It's going to be hard to get off too with those ejector lines. I might have to pull them again. So I flex them back, but I may have to put something on there that sets, you know, before I start it back up. I'll have to move on to the Chamberlain episode and let this one be for a bit till she goes off. I don't like those little annoying sounds in engines. It just tells you it's not right. It's not good. Do that twice. I can't really answer what the hell's going on here. Only thing I can think of, it's been leaking that long, she might have blown through or warped it, or don't think the head would be warped, but possibly this plate. You put it on a sheet of glass and check it, I suppose. Okay, you can just see I had it on a sheet of glass there with a bit of sandpaper. Glass meaning it's perfectly flat, just had a bit of like emery on there, and you can see it's not warped at all. That's fairly good. Thought I was going to have to get Maddie's workshop to bloody give her a skim in the mill, but it's fine. So what I'm going to do is use this good Loctite brand. We use it at work too. If I get it off eBay, I don't know. I don't know who I even got it through, but it's pretty good stuff. The stuff we use at work is flange sealant and form in place gasket, which is, I think the only difference is the thickness. So like the thickness that it'll fix. But like this, it should be fine. It should pull up even. I don't know why it blew out. I've got no idea. So I'll go and do the crane video and let this go off. Just put a bead around the copper gasket there, like so. It dries hard, but it is flexible to a degree, so which is perfect. I'll do her up and just leave her for a while, and head doesn't look like it's burnt at all. So I don't know. I think it'll be okay. Fairly thick plate, shouldn't be blowing it open, I wouldn't think. Not even under load, she's just firing like that, just sitting here, so would have got worse when she started working. just that thin layer squeezing out, which tells you it is flat, so I don't know. We won't start her again today, we'll just let her go off, and we'll end this episode by putting that manifold back on.
We're going. That's why I bring these.
My wife's coming over to have a drink with me. She can film me finish the chamberlain off. Oh. Hello. The dog Sizzle's come over to say hello too. Just leave it until you're finished. It's fine, they can stay there. Just, it'll only happen again. What the hell's that? It's a pain. God. And Dad? Yeah. Is that yours? Alright everyone, that's a Massey Ferguson episode done. It was fairly boring, I think, wasn't it? But anyway, it was something we were doing, so I filmed it. So remember, merchandise, there's shirts like this and there's white ones with a hem round, there's hats, I think we're out of bucket hats at the moment. They're fairly popular. We sent some caps to America through the week, fairly popular. Stickers, we don't make any money out of that, that's just like a business card. Please like the video because it helps the channel grow. YouTube recognises it. There's my son making a noise. What do you want to say something, Zachy? And please share, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and we'll see you in the next episode.